So you are naming a baby, but you cannot get yourself from like to love. And I know why. It's because you're a secretly daring namer. You probably just haven't gone rare enough. So I've gone right down to the bottom of the charts where all of the brave namers are and the bad spellers. Let's be honest. Phoebe's mum, F-E-B-E, is not correct. And I've pulled some gems out for you. So we're going to have a look at 40 names that only 4 babies were called last year here in the UK, and it's got a couple of my favourite ever boy names on.
My sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you and I want you to know.
Starting with boys, because the names are Lush, but actually my sister's favourite boy name is the name Bay. Again, 4 babies called this last year, and it kind of means to bathe or to bask in some deep waters, and I think it's really lovely. It's got a nature element. Short and sweet and playful names are a real top trend for 2024, so it could be perfect. Casselle, it's an angel name. I love angel names. It's really intimate at the moment. I might do a whole list of them because there's some beautiful names, and Hebrew names, biblical names are enduringly popular, but Casselle isn't yet. Casselle is the angel for Capricorns and also the angel for Saturday. That's a good one. And I just think it's a really trendy name that really works with that really soft L. Now, people are always asking me for the vintage gems, but Cecil, I actually went through a crush on the name Cecil for quite a little while. Just thought it was so cute. Cecil is how I think maybe you say it in other places around the world, but I actually think it's adorable, and Percy is creeping its way up the charts. I think Cecil good. It means 6th child. Whew, that's a lot. But I just think if we're going for rare vintage, come on, Cecil. It is adorable. Cedar, so a tree name, which is so popular. We're seeing them flying up the charts higher up, and there's quite a few right down at the bottom where people are being a little bit braver. The cedar tree is absolutely gorgeous. It's a symbol of strength, resiliency, and longevity. So a really, really lovely name, and I think it really is one that works as a first name and is really standalone. Emerson, surname as first name, only given to 4 baby boys last year. It means the son of Emery, and there's also the famous writer Emerson. So it's got that sort of real class to it. I think it really stands up, and the surname as first name trend is a top pick for so many people as a massive trend for next year. Do you like it? I love the fact that you get the nickname Sunny as well. Hendrik, had to put this in here. My husband's name is Henrik, and he always gets called Hendrik or Hendrix, which is actually fine because it's all from the same name, which is Henry, and it travels and it changes, and there's a few of those examples done here which I really, really like. So if you like Henry but you're kind of like, do I love, then you could jump onto a Hendrik and be a little bit stronger. It means home ruler, exactly the same meaning, but it's got a bit of an edge to it. It sounds very rock and roll, which is why it always makes me laugh when people call Henrik it. Huckleberry, I love it. I absolutely love it. It means sweet berry. Not many people are using it. Bear Grylls has a son called Huckleberry, which is so fitting, and they call him Huck. So that's a really good way of doing it. I have a Finn, and you always want to end it with Huckleberry Finn. I should have nicknamed Finn Huckleberry. He would not like that if I started it now. When he was little, maybe, but I think it's an absolutely gorgeous name and super cute with the nickname Huck. Jesper. So I know somebody called Jesper growing up, and it was always really, really nice. It comes from the same, it means treasurer, so like Casper, Jasper, Gasper. They were all one of the 3 wise men, and it means treasurer. The one who bought the money, bought the cash. That's what people want as a present. But I really like Jesper because I quite like Jess as a nickname. Then it could be Jessie. So if you kind of like Jessie but you're not sure, then you could go with Jesper and then use Jez or Jessie as a nickname, and it's quite a strong but unique name. Okay, my favourite, one of my favourite boy names, Kito. I love this name so much. It's Cornish origin or from Devon, and it is a variation from Christian, the name Christian, and then it gets shortened to Kit or Kito. So I'd not heard Kito before, and I just absolutely love it. I love O names. I loved Hugo. I loved Kit, and I think if I'd have come across Kito, I would have been badgering my husband for the name Kito. I really love it, and I think it really suits my kids as well. I think it's really gender neutral, but it's a boy name traditionally. What do you think? Do you love it as much as me? Please pop it on your notes pages and have a baby called Kito, just for moi. Laken, This comes up as a made-up name from the Scottish Laken, which is an older name, but it's been sort of changed to Laken. But I really, really like it. I love the sound of the lake and everything like that. It sounds like a really strong name. It comes up as meaning little fierce one, or sometimes it comes up as meaning knight, as in like Layla for a girl and a Laken for a boy. Those would be good twin names. Laken, it's one of my favourites as well. Loxley, I also love the name Loxley. We've had it on a list before. Maybe that's where the 4 people got it. Robin of Loxley was Robin Hood, so it's a place name which is always on trend and just sounds really romantic to me. It's got that rugged romance trend all over it. Maybe that was the list it was in. Mantra, that's a trendy one, isn't it? But with Bodhi being so high, Mantra is on that sort of same vibe as a kind of modern virtue name, but not one I'd come across before, so I was really happy to see it. So it's Sanskrit meaning to think, but originally it is a phrase or a symbol that is said to hold really strong physical, spiritual power, not physical power. That would be scary. So we often use mantras in life, and I think it's a really interesting choice as a name. What do you think? Would you be brave enough? I know we're getting brave. Oaken, super cute. Oaken from Frozen is the guy, you know, in the little shop. So I think that that's such a trendy hidden Disney name, because we love a hidden Disney name. We love Oaken. Oakley was really on my list, and I couldn't get it past my husband because of the brand Oakley, and now it's really one of the most popularly rising names. So if it's on your list, it is going to be much more popular coming up. It's still on its upward trajectory. Whereas Oaken, 4 babies. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer to me if we want to go brave. Oh, this was my second most favourite one, Ramone. I love the name Ramone because it means protecting hands, and I feel like I always have to do that little like Instagram symbol, Ramone. And we had this on the podcast for somebody, and I just fell in love with it so much when we did our dilemma, baby name envy dilemma podcast. You can listen below if you love a baby name dilemma. And I just came across the name Ramone and fell in love with it. I just think it is so trendy. It's really soft and gentle, and the name meaning just sells it to me. Protecting hands is so beautiful, and I'm sure there's lots of very meaningful reasons why that would really resonate with a lot of you. So Rocco, but spelt like this. You could say Rocco. You'd be wrong, but I actually really liked it with the K-O. This is where we're getting into the spellings, but my husband would have loved it. He loves a K, and I just think it looks a little bit more unique and individual, but it is pretty much the same name. It means to roar or to rest, which I think sums up my boys very, very well. So it's a really interesting name. Lovely to see it being used. So another angel name, Sarapin. So we see Serafina for girls, but Sarapin was used for 4 boys last year, and I think it's really, really lovely. It means the burning fiery one, so that's like a very fiery angel, and I think it really works. It's gender neutral, but really lovely to see it. And again, you've got Finn as a nickname, and if you wanted something longer, Sarapin. What do you think of it for a boy? Does it just strike you as feminine? Let me know what you think. Tor, T-O-R, it's a great name. I know a little Tor, and it means thunder. Or turtle dove, which is so super cute. There's also the Glastonbury Tor, which is the place where very historical spiritual place, something to do with King Arthur. I've been, can't remember, but a really strong name if you like Thor, but think maybe it's a little bit too out there. Tor, weirdly enough, feels more traditional to me and more wearable. What do you guys think? Then Zealand, we talked about this a little while ago in place names, a really, really trendy name. Obviously from New Zealand, but it means from the sea land, and I think it's really dead trendy. Zebediah or Zebediah? Which one are we going with? I can't decide. I would say I wouldn't be able to say it. I would say Zebediah. An old biblical name again, and a really, really trendy one. And the last one is Zikora. I love this name. Tell me if you know more about it. Apparently it's Nigerian, and it means just. So let's see what the daring are naming their girls. These were just given to 4 babies last year. Tell me, do you find it easier to pick girl names or boy names? I reckon it's a real 50-50 mix. Some people come to me and they find it one way or the other, so it'd be great to do a little poll below. Bess, really lovely short nickname for Elizabeth. We'll see a lot of variations and shortenings of names lower down the charts. I love it. Again, short and sweet, and beautiful that there were just 4 baby girls called Bess last year. Blousy, That's right, from Bugsy Malone. Anyone remember that? You think of Tallulah and you hear Tallulah, but you don't hear Blousey as much. Apparently it means island of the current, but I think that's sort of like a bit of a fudge. I think it's just one of those fun, playful names that is definitely from a movie. And if you like the movie, why not? We've seen Molly May choose Bambi. It's no different from a Disney name in my ideas. Caris, which is a Welsh name. It is traditionally with a Y, but I've left it on here because I also do love this spelling. I think it's really, really, really pretty. It means love and grace, and I think that is just one of those names that is so underused, even in the traditional Welsh spelling, but this might be more something that travels and you might never have heard it before and think, wow, that's actually something I could use. Carmel. I really like the name Carmel. I know somebody called Carmel, so it's always hard when you have an association, but it's Hebrew and it means garden or vineyard, and I think that's really, really beautiful with those hidden nature meanings, Carmel, and I just think it's a really calming name for a little girl, and the double L is really, really, really beautiful. Apparently it's also a mountain that was mentioned in the Old Testament, so a really historic name. 4 girls only called it last year. Cosette. We've talked about Cosette before. It means little one. We mostly know it from Les Mis, the musical. It's a French name and it's sort of a nickname or a term of endearment name, which is really, really beautiful, Cosette. And again, just so, so lovely, very cozy, very Hugo vibes for autumn, and just a really trendy one. And again, from such a beloved West End musical, you might not have thought of it, but it is absolutely stunning. It also means people of victory, which is very, very fitting for the movie as well. Dima. How pretty is that? Because it almost sounds like dreamer. It's really, really lovely, and with Daphne and Delilah being so popular, Dima is really nice. It's a bit like Dharma, so getting into the Sanskrit again, but the name means beautiful or pretty, and I think it's one of those names that means what it sounds like, because for me, it's absolutely beautiful, and I'd never heard it before. Same as this one, Delith. Delith. Oh, it was so sweet. It just makes you smile so much. A Welsh name again means neat or pretty, so wouldn't be me, I'm the messiest person in the world, but I absolutely love the name Delith. I think it's really, really sweet, and Dell is such a beautiful and pretty nickname. Dell is so popular as a name that Delith seems really, really wearable. I think it's really cute. Dusty, spelled with the I-E, only 4 baby girls were called that last year. Very much of Dusty Springfield vibes, very much a playful name. We think of Dusty Rose and Dusty Pink a lot. So I know loads of you love the name, but not many of you are brave enough, and that's what I'm here to convince you. Evelyn. So I wasn't sure if this was people trying to do Evelyn or not, but I kept it on because I actually really like it. Evelyn, I think it's really, really super cute. Apparently it's from the Netherlands, so let me know if that is correct, because I've been trying to search. These names are really hard to research because there's not so much known about them. It means a door that opens in heaven, which I thought was really, really lovely. Again, many reasons why you might want a name with real meaning, and Evelyn sounds really, really beautiful to me. Elizabeta or Elizabeta. So I think we would say Elizabeta in the UK. It's another variation of Elizabeth, and apparently it's Russian. So I actually really, really like it. If you love long girl names, or you love Elizabeth and you're looking to honour one, it could be a beautiful middle spot that's a little bit different. So say you had a shorter first name, like from the names here, you could have a Caris Elizabeta. It's hard to say, it is, but it's worth it. Let's be honest, it's worth it. Elswith of the willow trees. So pretty. This with ending is right down the bottom of the charts, and it shouldn't be there. It should be higher up because it's so whimsical, so vibing on these names. Elswith. Fradle. I've not heard it and I love it. You know, I love F names because I have Freddie and Finn, and I could have had Fradle had I known about it for my daughter, and I would have been one of those mums. I love it because it sounds like cradle, and I just think it's lovely, and it means joy as well. Such a gorgeous one. Inca. Scandinavian name taken from Ing, the god Ing, who was the god of abundance, and that was the female counterpart. But there's also the Inca Trail in Peru. I've never been, have you? So many people I know did that in their gap year, and I just really, really love it. Coco, love with double K's instead of the C's. I think that looks so good. I really, really, really like it. Apparently it means stalk, like as in the bird, not as in following people around. Lorray, that's so nice, Lorray. I can see so many of you loving that because we love a rare L name. It's really, really hard to find them. It comes from Valorous as well, so another virtue gem, Lunara. That's cool. We loved Luna. Luna is really high up the charts, so adding that little ending to it. It means flower or rose, and some people are also saying it means pomegranate, which is super duper cute. Miami, really cool name, place name again, big place of water, and I feel like with Barbie being really popular at the moment, Miami might have a little like pop of popularity. Nevaeh, super beautiful name, meaning from the heavens, just absolutely so wearable, so easy. I think it's really easy to pronounce and to spell, and it's so gorgeous to say. Sequoia, a really rare tree, again the sequoia tree, a huge tree, an absolutely beautiful name as well. I think that is so pretty. And the last one is Tawny. So Tawny is a colour name. I've definitely talked about it before on our sort of muted colour list, because yes, we've done it all over here. And it means green field or golden brown, and I really like it. And it does say you think about the tawny owl, and I do. I really want it to be tawny owl in my daughter's brownie pack. Maybe one day I will be, but I just think the name is really, really gorgeous, and it's so crazy there's just 4 babies called it. Hope you enjoyed this whistle stop tour down to the bottom of the charts. I will drop you off back at home now. Let me know which ones you wrote down on your list, or I've predicted that everyone's going to say these are dog names or cat names. So if you've already typed it, thank you. But you know, I love a brave name, you know I do, and I think that we're getting braver, we're being more accepting of names. So if you love anything, don't just stick it in the middle, be brave enough to put it at the front, or at least put it in the middle and then use it as a nickname. Love you guys. If you've watched all this way, please subscribe. Keep subscribing, tell everyone to subscribe, and log on other computers and subscribe, because that's the only way I will grow my channel and keep being able to go and name babies. And there's so many exciting things coming up towards the end of the year. Lots and lots of love and birth announcements. I love them. See you later. Bye guys.